I'm gonna do a different video today. Anyway, I do have some time in this school, so here to take a few shots before heading back to take care of the students. But anyway, I'm just gonna do my thing at the side while talking to you guys on different topics that maybe I just want to bring up. Topic I want to bring up for today, and if you do like this way of somehow presenting or doing up the video, then just remember to hit the like and subscribe. If this is the first time that you're seeing this, my name is Desmond, and I'm a coach in Singapore for a good 13-14 years. Still learning the game in terms of handling players, handling coaches, handling officials, understanding how to better coach the game of floorball, or even managing or handle kids in general. Challenges as a coach. I think I did an interview, where I interviewed 3 different coaches, local coaches, on the different challenges. Not so sure if I actually shared before of the challenges that I face when I'm in my 10 odd years as a coach. One of the first few challenges I had was I actually had very few mentor. When I say mentor, is in terms of someone who is a lot more senior in the coaching line to guide me in this field of floorball. I started off as a player when I was 22 in uni, and back then in uni as a 22-year-old boy, obviously this sport to me was a novel, something that I wanted to occupy myself during my uni days. But long story short, in my 3.5 years, I only had one coach that I can kind of say I learned from. So shout out to Jamie Chong if somehow she sees this. She was my first and only coach. I did had some playing stint under a second coach, but that was just for a season of league games, and that's under Dennis. But the main point I'm trying to bring up is I had kind of little to no mentor or anyone or a lot to learn from. So when I start off as a coach, I could only rely on what I learned from my previous coach and kind of figure my way around, as I start off the world of coaching. So in terms of handling kids, right, I did love to handle kids. To me, whether is it handling kids in general as a group or as an individual, to me it's always a very fun thing to do, to see how they react, respond to the different things that we as adults try to preach and teach. Of course, the challenges comes in when there's too many kids at one go. It's just like too many kids. The most I've ever handled in terms of primary school was at Chihua Primary, probably with P3 to P6 all the way, boys and girls. I probably had about 80 to 100 kids at a certain session before. So imagine if you have so many different levels of kids, different standards, different level, and what's more, boys, girls, all crammed up in one hall. Right? It is really challenging in terms of coming up something meaningful and productive, and as well as engaging in the 2 hours. So I can't really answer right now like what did I do back then, but basically as a young coach back then, I was probably in my first 5 years as coaching. There were at times I had to be just a bit creative. Have to maybe even see what kind of or how many teachers I have available, and then kind of utilize the teachers to help out small groups etc., etc. So these are actually pretty common challenges that most coaches face as well. Of course, the other challenges I faced were in terms of drills and tactics. Like drills and tactics wise, again, all I had to start off with was what I learned in uni from my previous coach. But once you get down to the primary level or even secondary level, sometimes a lot of things has to be simplified, right? You cannot just use complicated drills and expect the kids to understand. So over time, I actually hit the crossbar 2 times. So, okay, anyway, I had to learn. I'll get the ball later. I had to learn how to simplify drills or simplify certain techniques down to, step by step. Oh, the ball is coming down. The ball is coming down. And by reducing it step by step, let me get the ball. I try to make it a lot more easier for the kids to understand. And then I'll just build it up from there. Okay, so that was more of the skills element. For tactics element, I had to watch games. I had to do a lot of playing scenarios in my head. So the playing scenario in my head isn't fun because at times it will cause me not to be able to sleep well at night, right? Especially if, for example, if the next day there's games to play, then my mind will be imagining, what if this scenario happens? What if that scenario happens? What if they score? What if we score? What should we do? So that was one of the first few challenges I faced as a coach. Okay, so I didn't know I can babble so much. Should I continue?